OK, let's focus on Spurs because it's a third straight home defeat for Spurs. A little smile on Paul Merson's face.
I didn't.
Not that he's biased at all. I think we'll come to you first on this
Still
one
in
then.
Europe,
Yes, you are. What about their form at the moment in the Premier League? Let's just focus on that a moment.
Yeah.
Because that loss to Wolves will significantly dent their chances of finishing in a top 4 position.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can't take away how good Wolves are. I mean, the difference between Tottenham and Wolves right now is that Wolves have got a structure. They've got a philosophy of how they're playing. And whoever comes into that team, home or away, they play that way. Tottenham right now, without Son, without Kane, they don't have a way of playing. They don't know what the best team.
Are they injured, are they?
Yeah, they're injured, mate.
Oh, well, I never heard that.
Yeah, and I just think
being
they've...
facetious, just ignore
I
it
know.
for a
It's all right.
Carry on. Don't
And
let
yes,
you
for
on.
me, the structure that Tottenham have got right now is they don't know their philosophy. Are they trying to play long? Are they trying to play out from the back? Are they playing 3-5-2? Are they playing 4-2-3-1? You know, whatever they're trying to do is they're trying to find a way to win, and they can't get it, and they can't find a way. And the problem is when you come up against a team like Wolves, who are, you know, they're going to keep going and keep doing what they're doing. They have that philosophy of week in, week out, we're playing this way. It's tough to get results. You know, we talk about taking Van Dijk out of Liverpool's team. They're completely. You take the 2 best players that Tottenham have got, Kane and Son, out of that side, they're going to struggle.
Yeah, I understand that, and they will, because they are their 2 big players. But it just feels to me that Mourinho just can't wait for this season to end so he can start again. I mean, how many times have Mourinho, since he's been in the Premier League, have you seen him be involved in these goal-scoring fests, you know, like 3-2 here, 4-2, 3-2, 3-2. He's been in... That's not Mourinho like. And even though they haven't got them 2, one thing I would expect them to be is rock solid. You know, and it might be a 0-0 or a 1-0. I'm shocked the way they are at the moment. They are so open and all over the place.
Yeah, look, you talk about being rock solid, but you've got to have the players, Merce, you know?
No, but I think this manager is good enough to set a team up not to let in goals like they're letting in goals.
But you can't do that at Tottenham. No. I don't think you can do that at Tottenham. The fans are not going to accept it. I think he knows listen, wow. I think they know that he has to come out and try and play. They have to try and... He can't just sit in
I think they got the wrong manager
and park the bus.
And I don't mean that in a horrible way, because this man's a legend. But this man wins football matches. He wins football matches. Don't matter how he does it. I've been to Chelsea and we're 2-0 up against bottom of the league at half time, and then it stays 2-0. That's the end of the game. It ain't like a Man City would go and win 5 and 6. He would rather win 2-0 than win 4-1. That's the way I look at it.
It's not his team.
He doesn't like this.
It's not his team.
Yeah, but he's still top draw to set up a team.
Not when the players have lost their legs.
That worries me, that if he's got to go out and excite the Tottenham fans, that worries me. If he's brought in to excite the fans and not win football matches, is a shock.
It's a transition for Tottenham this season. It's been difficult. You know, they haven't had any players. Pochettino left. It didn't happen. No one expected Poch to have a terrible start to the season and, you know, Tottenham completely fade away and him go. Mourinho's had to come in, get results quickly, which he did. And now you're seeing the problems that Spurs have got without their 2 best players, and they've got, players that are not good enough.
Yeah, but they're both up front though, and they're scoring goals still. So what's the problem? Like, they're their best 2 players, but they're still scoring 2 goals at home, and they're getting beat 3-2.
Yeah,
that's not Mourinho.
The back 3, the back 4.
That's not Mourinho. That's not Mourinho. I've seen Mourinho with lesser players than that and keep clean sheets.
There's no team that has had less clean sheets than Spurs. They're actually level with Bournemouth and Villa at the moment, and we know the situation that Bournemouth and Villa are in. Oh. And you would be forgiven for expecting a Mourinho team to at least set up defensively. So are you asking the manager to almost get rid of his philosophy, and not only get rid of his philosophy, but play with a team that isn't his own team? Is that not the wrong fit?
No, I think the problem that he's got is that he wants to set up a certain way, but he hasn't got the players for it. You know, they haven't got a Drogba who they can play it up to and go 2 banks of 4 and play off Drogba and get themselves up the pitch. They have to try and find a way of doing it. And the problem is you can say, oh, they're scoring, but without Harry Kane, who's, you know, the focal point of the team, and where you can actually play into him and you can get up the pitch, the problem is they're trying to work it, trying to play out from the back. It's not working. Then they're trying to go long to more or play down the sides. They can't find a way of getting out. So the problem is they're coming onto pressure all the time, and the back 4 or the back 3 that he's choosing, they're not good enough. The players are not good enough. And it's not his team. You have to give him till the summer, get through the season, and let him bring in his own players.
He's linked with
How
Chris
will he bring
Smalling.
his own players?
Get rid. You've got to sell some players.
This is a new stadium. I don't see these rolling in money.
Mourinho's not turning up at Tottenham and not getting, money in the summer to spend.
They've been linked with Chris Smalling, whether or not that's a genuine link or not. Would that be a good fit with Chris Smalling back in the Premier League? He's doing well at the moment, but back in the Premier League against Spurs?
I like Chris Smalling. I think, he had a bad time at Man United and got come under a bit of scrutiny because of where they were at the time. But he's gone out to Italy and he's playing well. And I think I've always rated him as an England international. So I think Tottenham need to rebuild, and they've started the process. Danny Rose has gone, players have left. The players at the dead wood, and you want to try and do it, but it's going to take time. It takes time. And you've got to give him that chance to do that.
I just don't see it.
He's trying to get it done. What I don't agree with is Mourinho is that he keeps going on about the injuries and keeps going on about it. Look, we know you're struggling.
He also
you have to find a way.
He said the team are tired, they're too nice, there's no aggression or ruthlessness as well. He came out and said that.
Yeah, well, listen.
Now he's getting his feet under the table now. This is Mourinho, and he will. And this is what shocks me. This is not the way. This is not. He won't be enjoying this. He won't be enjoying watching this open game. He prides himself on keeping clean sheets. No one wins anything with not keeping clean sheets. No one goes on and wins stuff with a +2 goal difference.